Go. I do believe we are live. So, I'll say,
Say it.
indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to consciously evolve. Considering that you can talk to your younger self. That is today's stream topic at the very least. Talking to your younger self, you ask. What does that mean? You say to Mel. And I'll say to you that it means you can have the same compassion that you needed right now. Right? I'm trying to think about the lady who brought it to Aaron's attention. And I'm going to see if I can find an answer. I felt like Jo was taking a photo of me, and then I realized she was taking the video, and then I'm I'm on the camera. All right. I heard about a lady that in therapy basically sent messages to her younger self who had a father with OCD who would spend 45 minutes a day flossing and even forced flossing onto her as well. What's her name? And can you tell us a little bit about her story? Hey, Indigo. Welcome, dear friend. It's nice to have you here again. You've been missed. How are you doing? How's life treating you? I'm not getting any names. Man? Yeah. No names. Bummer.
You just tell the story.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, me and Aaron, Lurking for Truth, an old community member that joined us during the ARPAN days, had a phone call yesterday. He called me out of the blue. What are we kicking around this morning? Some shit about my younger self? Yeah. Pretty much, Sam. Specifically about sending messages back to your younger self, right? That younger self version of you that needed guidance, that needed love, that needed reminding that they're gonna be okay. Who's the other person in the room? I hear someone in the background. That's my wife. Sankey, okay. Is this your first time here? If it is, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hope this day finds you well, that you're staying healthy and kind and wise. I love you, Mandra.
Love you.
See you soon. So yeah, the story goes, she had this dad who was very OCD, and he would spend 45 minutes a day flossing. And then when he got done flossing, the OCD continued, and he would floss his daughter's teeth as well for sometimes 45-minute stretches. This, as you can imagine, was traumatizing. And when this was happening to her as a little child, she would, as she was sitting, kind of just coping with the reality of her dad flossing her face, she would have this feminine voice in her head talking to her and telling her that this is not okay, that she has the right to be angry, that it's, not something that she is to be blamed for, kind of thing. And she, of course, grew up. This feminine voice also told her that she's going to be okay eventually. She grew up, and then she got into therapy. And then in therapy, she thought about her youngest self, that younger self that she used to be. And she sat with that younger self, and she sent her messages about her being okay and how that is not okay, what she's going through, kind of thing. And it dawned on her that the feminine voice that she was hearing as a child was herself projecting from the current moment into the past. All right. And that is what I want to talk about today. It's like this almost like future telepathy or uh, time agnostic telepathy. That you have this ability to send messages from the brain into your past self's brain, right? That it's consciousness is nonlinear kind of thing. And the way that it is manifested in my life, I have personally had an experience like that as well. Hey, Dan, thank you for joining us too. Yeah, art gallery, if you want to have your messages disappear and for you to never be seen in the space again, there's ways to do that, right? Like we can do that. Who are you talking about? Is your girlfriend? She's my wife. Hello, mate from Mars. How are you guys doing? I'm doing well. Thank you, Art. If you don't want to hear me talking, then there's infinite internet out there for you where you can like look at a mountainside. And you can do that too if you wanted to. Let me check. Yeah. All right. So I had a personal moment in my life where I was cooking for my friends and I suddenly had this experience of extreme deja vu, right? To the point where I was like shocked with how intense the deja vu is that I was having in that moment. I then had the weekend that I cooked the food for with my friends. And then as I was going through this experience with my friends, there was a moment when I remembered that intense deja vu that I had. And upon remembering it, I was like looking at myself from my now future perspective at that past perspective. And with the intensity that I was looking with, I realized that I was projecting that deja vu feeling, right, onto myself. Because in that moment, in the future moment, I could then remember that I had had that experience. And in the moment, I was remembering that I had this experience before. But I couldn't have had the experience because it was my present moment. And then my future self was making that present experience as impactful as it was. Right? Thinking about all the deja vu that we go through as your future self intensely remembering a moment of your past, right? And how you are actively, in that way, communicating with yourself. You are steering the course of your life, not only in the present moment, but also from your future self, also from your past, right? You are not a linear human being, you are circular, right? And you are feeding into yourself information, and you are learning from yourself, and then you are pushing information back to yourself, all right? And then that's excluding all of the external lessons that we'll be learning as well. It sucks to be honest. I am stressed, drugged, and in pain. That's why I've been done, unfortunately. It's not something that you have to hide, dear Indigo. You were welcome in this space, in your stress state as well. In pain. I'm also in pain right now. I don't think I'm nearly in as much pain as you are. I hurt myself yesterday dancing, technically. I swung my arm in a way that I pulled a muscle in my shoulder, and I am feeling it. I did not sleep well because of it. And I will recover. I don't think I tore anything, but pain is but a signal, right? That you can choose to not continue to tune into. Doesn't mean that signal disappears, but it does mean you're not upping the. Hey, you forgot what?
My laptop.
Your laptop. Good, you got it.
Love you.
Love you. I remember the earphones.
I got them.
Good.
Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Love you. So yeah, been busy at work, y'all. Thank you for joining us, Dan. How's work been? If I were to tell my younger self something, it would be this. GTA 6 is approaching the age-old issue of repetitive NPCs by making modular NPC assets instead of assets for entire NPCs. Then a logic engine compiles randomized NPCs in real time. That's kind of cool. right? So it's like the NPC gets to dress itself. Is that the way I'm supposed to interpret it? Is this a good thing, Dan? I don't know if you think this is a good thing. Do you think it's a good thing? May I call you mine? No, Kanika. I am no one's. I am an independent human being. Existing is my divinity. I'm not doing so good. I'm sorry to hear that, Foozy Foo. I hope that you're doing better as you continue forward. Do you believe in cannabis? It's helped me in periods of my life, but at this period of my life, it's not something that I allow into my system right now, as of today, right? Because I've started doing these very intense meditations where I build what they call energy tools. So I'm like building these fields, living body maps, and I'm building these energy staffs. And I'm using my energy field to become aware of the discomfort or the lack of energy flow that I have in my body. And then I take this beam of energy and I shoot at myself purple light until I feel better. I wish I was joking, but I'm being dead serious. That's actually what I'm doing these days. And cannabis doesn't help that process, right? It adds too much signal, and then I end up losing track of my living body map. So it can help, right? If what you need is a little bit of calm, if what you need is a little bit of lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? Criticism or that critical nature, right? But I've been needing more critical nature, especially as it relates, because, like, again, I don't know how much of it is imagination, how much of it is actually happening to me, how much of it is potentially a substance influence on my brain and my like third eye. So I'm like, I need to be very critical and actually see for myself, right? And then removing these signals has helped me create more clarity. What should I do now? You should start not lying, art gallery. Deja vu is a very fun brain malfunction, time mechanism that breaks. Yeah, like long-term memory or short-term memory being instantly written to your long-term memory, and then suddenly your brain is like, "What? I've had this memory for a long time. That doesn't make sense." These modular assets have metadata tags that the logic engine uses to logically piece together the NPCs. For example, no skinny black lady legs on fat whole man torso. Oh man, that sounds like it would be kind of funny. You know, you walk up to an NPC and you ask him, like, what's happening here now? And he starts telling you about how he lost his legs in a tragic accident, and a lady lost her torso in a tragic accident. I'm so sorry that this is. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bring it back. Happens a lot in seizures. Very fascinating. Mate, do you believe in? If I've answered your question, orange juice. So yeah, I think your mileage may vary. It depends on what you need in your life right now. All right. Believe. You cannot believe in something and know it to be true at the same time. So using the word believe when it comes to a substance is kind of like arbitrary too. Do I believe it can be helpful? That's a better question. Yes, I do believe it can be helpful. The reason I believe it's helpful is because I've had that truth in my own life, but I can also say that I believe it because it's not necessarily helpful for every single person, right? So there's where your mileage may vary. There's also something called James vu, not deja vu, James vu, where something you have seen thousands of times is suddenly new. Some crazy shit. That sounds very cool. But Dan says these modular assets are not limited to appearance. They're also applied to behavior. An NPC with a low risk tolerance will drive safely, run from gunfire, but higher risk tolerance might end up shooting back. The result is that with modular assets in the hundreds, you can create millions of permutations. This means you could never see the NPC twice. in GTA 6. That is actually kind of cool, Dan. My younger self is like super stoked about that. You know, we're probably going to have literal fusion. Literally, we're gonna have fusion before we have GTA 6. But that's neither here or there. You know? Did you know that? That's what I'm telling my younger self. It's like, bro, we figured out fusion. AI helped us figure out how to tune the magnets so that we can do fusion now. Contracts are being signed. People are being promised energy, right? Data centers are like Microsoft, even. Microsoft is one of them that are like, come on, give energy. And Microsoft is one of the biggest companies on planet Earth. It's just funny that brain stuff in the temporal lobe and a bunch of moving parts getting confused. You keep being awesome, man. Thank you, Charia. You may brought the day away. Thank you. I appreciate you being here with us. Your comments are appreciated, Char. I'm sure you're awesome too. Did you smoke wax or flower previously in the past? Just curious. Flower was the thing that I would gravitate towards. I would sometimes have like a little thingy of wax or shatter, or my personal favorite was honeycomb. I really enjoyed that because it's porous and it would melt very quickly. So yeah, I still enjoy it. I still do enjoy it. However, at this point in my life, I enjoy my clarity. Right? Feels good being clear, being very mindful of my inner mind space. Not only is it a good thing, Melt, it is revolutionary for open world games. Working around your CPU limitations and to simulate a real human behavior as NPCs. That is really cool, Dan. Like as I was continuing to read, it started dawning on me that that is pretty cool. Hey, past self, buy AI stocks. Hey, myself. I don't think it works like that. I don't think you can manipulate the stock market with this thing. Maybe you could, but the problem is your past self is just as stupid as your past self is, right? So even if you very clearly send to them, invest, buy a lot of Bitcoin, right? Buy as many Bitcoins as you can. When I was 18, I was broke, right? So even though I knew, I've sent myself the message now, and myself is like panicking about, I want to buy Bitcoins. And I went to my dad and I asked him, I begged him, please, dude, you're the one that has the money, please. And he goes, I ain't buying no digital assets. I'll buy something I can hold in my hand. Right. So in that way, even if you can send the message back, it's still a limitation of like money. And even if you do have the money, you might want to spend it on something else. Your younger self might want a motorcycle more than he wants AI stocks. Kind of thing, Mojo. Hiya! Hello, Animal Part. Welcome. This guy gives me, you man, can I get a G? No, I swear, I'm not a CI. Yeah, I promise. I'm not a cop. I'm a businessman with a business plan. I'm definitely not a cop. Talking about Ijeshi. You sell any drugs? I'm not a cop, of course. I'm just wondering. Oh, kidney. I locked that one away for a while, about 8 years, a mask, very masculine, to survive, protect myself and siblings against every in-the-book abuse. I literally dressed and lived as a boy. That is a lot. Recently, in the last 2 years, I started to realize I wasn't being abused and I didn't need the mask anymore. And I could let that kid out and I could be a kid again. I dress fun, feminine. I have fun. I'm free. Indigo, that's beautiful, friend. I'm so happy for you. Zoe, stop. No. Be quiet and I'll come and get you, okay? You are saying I'm lying, really. I don't believe you, art gallery. Right. I personally don't believe you. It feels like you're saying that for the sake of getting some sort of reaction out of me. or you're wondering what I'm going to say, if you are being genuine, right, let me know. Like, actually, Mel, I am struggling with this and I don't know what to do next. If, like, I mean, like, it's kind of clear. I think it's like as easy as falling out of a tree. Like, if someone is cheating on you, uh, you know, don't be with them, kind of thing. But also, it's not that easy sometimes, too. Sometimes we have many different reasons for staying in a relationship that is beyond just the physical, right? Sometimes we are dependent. Sometimes we find ourselves with no other option in this current moment. And if that is the case for you, dear friend, then choose yourself. Make sure that you are well taken care of. Make sure you sleep enough. Make sure you're eating enough. Make sure you're drinking water and exercising. Take care of your body, right? If this person doesn't value you or love you enough to not cheat on you, then make sure that you value yourself enough to not cheat yourself. There you go, friend. I hope that helps. You look zen. Thank you, Katlejo. I try to be. It's nice to have you here with me. Like, think about it, Mel. GTA 6 is set on the Florida Peninsula. They have about 22 million people. Zoe, stop. No, you can't scream about your problems. You can be patient. No, stop. 22 million people. GTA 6 is gonna be able to create like 100 million different permutations. Are they going to be living their own lives? Is the thing. Would they be going to homes? Are there like how? That's the thing that I'm thinking about. How deep does it go then? Will they like be existing? Will they actually be existing, or is it gonna be just like one of those uh, like game engine? Like, it only renders the block of reality that you're in. And if I chose to follow one of these careful driving NPCs, will he eventually drive to his house and then walk into it, kind of thing? And that's the point I'm curious about. I don't really know what I have said other than I'm not being abused and I'm no longer need to be scared and I can take care of myself now and I don't need to sacrifice myself for my siblings. I'm happy to hear this, Indigo. Growth comes to us all, kind of thing. Cause they don't talk back. The NPCs, art gallery, or like art gallery. What's your job? My job is to be present in moments like this, to not let myself be swayed by my own inner bias, right? To be present enough so I can create an experience for you, dear friend. Show up and give you someone to reflect upon, right? Maybe there's something that you're going through. You can let me know. I'll let you know too how I perceive what you're going through as well. What the topic for today? Today's topic is about sending messages back to your younger self, right? The message that you're supposed to send is that you're gonna be okay. I think that's the most important message because, again, we can't try and send messages of like buy stock, buy Bitcoin, buy a lot of Nvidia, 12-year-old self. But your 12-year-old self is not going to know what to do with that information. Your 12-year-old self might be dealing with problems that you are not dealing with right now. And letting them know that they're going to be okay is something that they would need to hear, right? Something that they could benefit from. Kola, you say that like you're gearing up to collect it or something. My own house or my childhood home might be featured in GTA 6. I don't know if people are talking about this still. We can still talk about it a little bit, John. That is pretty cool. You lived in Florida at one point, and you live in Florida right now? That would be super cool, going and visiting your own home, walking into your own house as the character you're playing, seeing yourself sitting at the computer playing GTA 6. Starts heavy breathing, looks to the back, starts screaming because there's someone in your house or something like that. I think though, I have done everything all over again though. I know defense and my siblings didn't save them. I know my health would still be bad, and this is why I am this way. What a shame. I have my parents, but I wish them the best and the help that they need. What will you do if drafted? I will fight for my country. Unironically, what can I do? Right? I guess I could run away. I go AWOL, but then I become a criminal. Right? Maybe I could thrive in prison. Maybe I could teach all of the prison mates yoga, right? Teach them meditation techniques. Teach them how to become mentalized, right? Give them an escape through their mind. You know what I mean? It's probably what I am not doing. I will grow, I guess. You have to grow, dear friend. There's no guessing about it. He's not American, Robert, so he's probably have that question, why is South Africa drafting? Yeah, yeah. Wouldn't be a big problem for me. I also don't really occupy my mind with those worries. I don't think we'll need to draft anybody, ideally. I do think that these wars are fizzling out. We're realizing that we cannot economically survive real war, right? Everyone is going to suffer, especially those that have big monies, which are usually the ones that end up initiating the wars. Like you can spend $1 trillion on war a year. However, there's like $100 trillion of assets that will be influenced, right? So it's like, yeah, we can make 1 trillion here and then lose 60 trillion there. And then they're like, ooh, I don't know if I want that. And it's like, yeah, how about we don't? How about we don't do that? How about we make very sophisticated games like GTA 6, and then we fight one another in a digital realm, right? We can still have all of the fun of war. We can still have winners and losers, but we don't kill people. How about that, humans? My 12-year-old self will still be playing Call of Duty, right? Exactly. Even if you send them good information, they'll still be like, yeah, Call of Duty is what I want to do. For me, it's Skyrim. Skyrim is a 14-year-old. Don't be so hard on yourself. John, you're nice, dear friend. Your presence yesterday in stream was really appreciated. I love you, friends. Yeah, the new grant that thought it was pretty sick. Oh, Grand Theft Auto, maybe. Pretty sick. 12-year-old me liked Torok and Final Fantasy, Joey Diesel. I don't know Torok, but I do know Final Fantasy. I gotta go to work again. Well done. Thank you for sharing this cool news with your younger self. Sorry, I'll remember this. GTA 6 will be sick. Maybe I'll have to get back into games when it comes out. I don't think I have the compute in order to play it, though. I'm gonna have to buy myself a computer again. And I'll be buying myself a car first. I'm playing this game. This game comes first for now. I used to play games a lot, but I stopped. I actually sold my PC when I moved to America. And I had this thought just yesterday, actually, that I don't miss it. I don't miss my computer. Right? It was like, I haven't thought about my computer once in like 2 months, kind of thing. I don't know why it autocorrected to that, but GTA 6 is what I'm talking about. It will be sick. Yeah. Probably will be a lot of fun. Melt, when you become a US citizen, do you get to keep your South African citizenship? I do. They did try at one point to take our citizenship from us, and then our human rights court was like, that's a violation of human rights. You can't take a person's citizenship. So yeah, I do get to keep it. I have to ask for it, though. I have to be like, can I keep my citizenship? And then I get to keep it. Tarak is the game involving the Native American fighting dinosaurs with bows and stuff. That sounds really cool. Shame, though. Like, fighting dinosaurs with bows and arrows seems kind of rough. I would rather fight dinosaurs with tanks, but I'd rather not fight dinosaurs at all. I'll be back tomorrow since it's my day off. And yes, Mel, you do have to get back into games. It's only on console. So get a console and we'll steal things from children in GTA Online. Maybe you can buy me one, Dan. I know you've been like Dan kind of like told me that he'd be willing to like give me a budget. He like I want to almost like show you. Let me show you. Check this. This this whole setup, this light and this tripod is Dan. Dan worked and then earned income and then shared some of that income with me in buying me this tripod. And then when he did that, he was like, I'd be willing to help again, Melt. You know, just let me know if you need something. I've not needed anything. I did need a tripod when I moved to America because I wouldn't have had one. And he helped me out, right? And I appreciate that. If you really want me to play GTA 6 with you, hit me up, bro. I'll play online with you, I promise. GTA, I remember playing San Andreas and using all of the cheat codes. Yeah, even me. I had GTA on PSP. All right. Hit buttons, then get cool guns. Suddenly spawn a tank. It was super fun. No, Mel, you just need a console. You need a PS5 or an Xbox X. GTA 6 is console only for the first year. I did not know that. Yeah, I would love a PS5. They probably will be super cheap secondhand, you know, in the year 2029 or something when GTA 6 finally comes out. we have nuclear fusion before we have GTA 6. You know, we have self-driving cars before we have GTA 6. We have humanoid robots and super intelligence before we have GTA 6. It's kind of funny. I think they spent $1 billion, literally $1 billion on GTA 6 already. Yeah, I know if I'm getting depressed by how much games I'm playing, I'm mainly only playing Minecraft these days. But if I'm playing it a lot, I'm probably depressed. It's like interesting correlation you're drawing there, Combat Journey. It's like you're not getting depressed because you're playing a lot of games. You're playing a lot of games because you're depressed. Seems like that line can be very blurred, you know, which is which. I do the same thing. Did you move to the US because you wanted to, or other reasons? I fell in love with a girl that lives in America, Joey Diesel. So she came and visited me in South Africa a couple of times. And then, you know, we had the conversation about marriage like a couple of times during that time as well. Like it was kind of something we were floating. And then when the whole refugee thing happened for South Africa, I was like, maybe this is a way for me and you to be together, right? Like maybe we could follow this kind of path. And then I did the research, you know, I saw what that would entail. And it would entail me essentially abandoning my family and friends in South Africa, kind of like permanently. At the very least, I think for like 5+ years. Because if you're a refugee, it means that you fled the place that you came from, right? So you can't just nilly-willy go back home. You're like, didn't you flee that place? So I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm sorry, Zhao. And then she was like, well, we can get married. And then she sent me the paperwork that I needed to fill in order to start the process of me getting married to her. And I sent her back the paperwork the same day. And the rest is history. Same with phone usage, honestly. Oh yeah. Maybe it's a form of therapy for you, Combat. I play games and it relaxes me. It does give you that almost like action path control. Maybe a good word to use as well. He moved to get married, Joey. Biggest reason among others. Yeah, exactly. That is my biggest reason. I also get to be closer to the friends that live here in America. And I look forward to coming and visiting all of you eventually. I will have to get a car of my own if I am to be a little bit more able, right? But it's just a matter of time at this point. I think I can manifest a car by end of year. I could potentially start working in 2 months. I'm manifesting that as well, like trying to accelerate that timeline. And then, yeah, I'll earn income and I'll be able to buy myself a vehicle. It'll be the first car I ever buy for myself. I've never owned a car. I'm 28 years old. I've never had a car. I always believed that I didn't want one until I could get the one I wanted. All right. And now the car I want exists. It exists. It's driving on the roads there somewhere right now. And I can't wait to have one. I'm manifesting, 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 manifest. Kingdom Hearts is probably my favorite comfort game series to play when I'm depressed. Kingdom Hearts is incredible. Maybe Christy, it definitely helps, but it also happens. But what also happens is I'm not getting enough done in my life. And then I start playing games and I feel a little better, but then I get depressed even more because you're getting even less done. Yeah. I would probably have like time, like maybe like once a week or something that I could play games on. So irking, my kids have a 4-day weekend and it's gonna storm. I'm gonna suggest going to the beach, but no, Mother Nature. Yeah, it's been wet. Like let me show you this. Actually, oh, check this. All right, there's a park down there. I'm gonna zoomy. That park is literally underwater. And there's a playground. That playground is standing in the water right now. That entire park is like filled with water. We've got a lot of rain. I'm gonna cut the grass today because it's not supposed to rain today, but it's probably gonna rain some more tomorrow again. And I've not been able to cut the grass and I've been able to cut the grass before, but I didn't wanna earlier. And now, since I actually get a day of reprieve, I'm gonna cut grass, and then it's gonna be 4 days of raining again. I feel like I'm not getting done. Yeah, I'm playing games, but I enjoy the games so much. I do the same cycle. The other reason was the whole what's been going on in South Africa things. Yeah, amongst others, Joey. Unfortunately, South Africa is not a very good place to be right now, right? Especially if you're, my skin color. Unfortunately, the opportunities are dwindling. The unemployment is at 60% for people my age and younger, right? 6 in 10 people don't have a job. So you're competing with millions of people for very poor paying positions. And even though I did apply for like 17 jobs during this whole journey of me doing my streams as well, they wouldn't even have the decency of letting you know that you're not even considered, right? It's just like nothing. It's like they have so many requests that they'll just get to pick and choose, who they want. And they don't even have to let the other people know that they don't consider them. I recommend anyone battling depression play Yakuza, like a dragon, and Yakuza, Infinite Wealth, especially if you're dealing with issues with regret and career paths and life paths. That sounds really interesting, John. They get good stories talking about the fractals of what it is you create for yourself, kind of thing. We got Hoopy saying the topic is specifically whether the last thing Melt specified it to be talk, compassion, message, floss, coping, healthy anger, self reflection. I am the host of this space, dear Hoopty Hoops. So if I stop saying, as you said, right, whatever the last thing Mel specified it to be, if I don't specify things, then nothing. Right. Don't think nothing is as entertaining as whatever I'm specifying. Manifest a motorcycle, more fuel efficient. True, but the motorcycle I would want to drive, Joey, is a Verge, right? If I would be able to pick a motorcycle for myself, I would want this one. And I could buy myself a very nice car for the price of this motorcycle. This would be the bike I would get myself, bro. Give me English. That would be the bike I would drive. Specifically this one. Is it this one? No. This is the trash one. This one? This one is better. Yeah. The TS Ultra. I don't know if this one uses the new solid state batteries. Yeah, these are the old ones. Is this the new one? Yeah. This is the one. Oh yeah. Is it this one? I think that's the one. That's a electric motorcycle with what they call a donut hub motor. Let me see if I can find another photo of it. Here, look at this thing. It has 737 pounds of torque. Pound-foot of torque. So it's like extremely fast. It charges up to 80% in 10 minutes. And you get 370 miles on a single charge. Very cool. It has solid-state batteries. It's the first vehicle to have solid-state batteries. But they cost 30,000 US dollars, I think. Yeah, here it is, the California edition. Look at that price tag, bro. $30,900. Ooh. I mean, it charges in 10 minutes. You charges in 10 minutes. It's so cool. 370 miles of range. That is insane. Some of these have more even. The Verge TS Ultra. That's such a sick looking bike. There. Like this is the Primo max spec version. All right? Look at that thing. It's 44,000 US dollars. There. I ain't doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, child self. But please, adult me. No. No, kid. You ain't getting a $44,000 motorcycle, bro. It ain't happening. I'm sorry, dude. You can cry all you want. You can cry. Cry more. Oh, cry. I don't care. That's not happening. I can buy myself 2 nice cars. That's not happening. For the price of 1 motorcycle. That's just not gonna happen. 737 pounds of torque was my nickname in high school. All right, I'm gonna come back to chat. Man, there's a lot of them. I missed a bunch. Manifest the motorcycle. Yeah. You're like, Melt, you don't have to buy yourself the sickest electric bike in existence. Yes, I do. If I'm gonna drive a motorcycle, I want the coolest one, okay? Damn it. I want the coolest, boobulest. 370 miles on the charge is crazy as well. Like, you just think about that. You would literally probably want to take a break. I don't think it'd be comfortable driving 370 miles on a motorcycle. And of course, it doesn't drive itself, which is also a bummer. It's kind of like what I'm going for. I don't like driving, actually. I enjoy driving, but I don't like it. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense, right? Like, enjoying driving is like, I'm throwing myself through corners. This is fun. Or I'm accelerating. That's the enjoyment part. Liking is now I'm driving 500 miles in a direction, right? Now I'm suddenly losing my mind. I'm no longer enjoying it anymore. I would say you can go down to Lowe's or Home Depot and hang out with the rest of the guys who work legally because of ice cream. I don't know if that's a good idea. It probably wouldn't be, right? If they find out that I'm working before I have work authorization, they send me home, right? And then I am not allowed back in the country ever again, kind of thing, right? They'll deny my visas in the future, which means I'll never get to see my wife again. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather just not. I'd rather not risk it for the biscuit. I'd rather become a breatharian in the meantime. I need to rest and relax, and I play, and I don't get things. I get upset or depressed, or I play because I'm depressed, and I can do the things. And I feel like my playtime is undeserved, and that's worse. Maybe do something that you feel needed to be done, right? Wash the dishes, and then play game. And in that way, you get to have your ice cream and eat it too. Combat, maybe play the game, take a break, do a chore, and then play it again. There we go. Me and Christy K are on the same page. Take breaks in between in the game and do what you need to get done. Kingdom Hearts says something special that other video games don't. That intrinsic power is in the love you can share with others. And that kind of shit makes depression vanish. Oh yeah. D&D is also a good anti-depression hobby you can do when you need to switch it up, when you don't get the dopamine from video games anymore. Yeah, get that creative mind engaged a little bit kind of thing. Simple and Clean is one of my favorite songs from Kingdom Hearts. That's cute. Yeah. You see the cool rocks I got? Jo is clearing out her office because she's going to move office spaces very soon. And I got a rock. You see the little ghost? There's a ghost in this rock. Look at him. He's just a happy little ghost. Going boo. Yeah. I like rocks. I like rocks. Rocks are great. Let me see chat again. I'll try to do that, but I play zombies, so sometimes I get a game that's 20 minutes, and others it goes for 2 hours. Yeah, that's a lot. Christy, how old were you when you learned Haley Joel Osment from Sixth Sense voices Sora? Yes, I didn't even know he did David Borina's voice Squall. Only millions. That's nothing. I compete with trillions of people. Devon, no, no, you don't. Maybe billions, but again, you're not competing with millions or billions of unemployed people. You might be competing with them on a larger sense, but if there's 5 jobs and there's 5 million people competing for it, that's kind of the situation that's going on in South Africa right now. Right. Oh, 5 new jobs got created. 5 million people are like, please, I volunteer as tribute, please. Great movie though. Nemo and Hamil also voice characters in that game too. So many loving fractals. Never guessed. These bikes are from the future. Yeah, future bike, bro. I would like, fight an old lady for one of those bikes. I'd let the old lady win a fist fight against me for one of those bikes. Yakuza Like a Dragon. Main character volunteers to go to jail for 20 years as a 20-year-old to make his Yakuza boss happy. And then the character learns how to start his life over with the help of an ex-cop and a bum. That sounds like a really cool plot, actually. Thank you for sharing that, John. I really like the Tron bikes. Those are basically like Tron bikes, dude. They are like Tron bikes if they were real kind of thing. Maybe tomorrow's stream topic could be specifically not nothing. I like the idea of you needing it to entertain itself like. Not nothing? Sure. Maybe I'll remember. We're gonna talk about not nothing. We'll talk about something. Bet you. Bet you we would. That's a nice looking bike. I used to ride a Sportster. Yeah. Sportsters or naked bikes. Those are kind of like naked bike type of adjacents. The bike that I wanted for a very long time, I can't even remember what it's called. I used to remember. It was like a 3-cylinder, also naked. I haven't wanted a motorcycle in a very long time. I used to want a motorcycle when I was like an 18-year-old, but it's been a decade. Check out the Triumph Rocket 3. That sounds like a naked as well, right? I know Triumph has like really cool naked bikes. Triumph Rocket 3. Yeah. You see, naked bikes are so sick. Look at that thing. That looks insanely cool. That's really cool. I get it, dude. I get it, Mojo. Yeah, there's a. I'm gonna try and find the bike that I wanted. I'm gonna search for it. I can't remember what it's called. Uh, who is known for their naked bikes and specifically their 3-cylinder naked bikes? I'm fine. For some reason, when I'm in my Chrome and I search a voice, it doesn't, and it pisses me off every time. I'm looking for a bike brand that makes 3-cylinders, and they also are known for their naked bike variants. Can you give me the name of that bike? Nope, not Triumph. I'm pretty sure it's not a Triumph. I knew that they were going to give me Triumph because, MV Agusta. There we go. There it is. Check this. This bike is very hot as well. MV Agusta. Brutale. No, the Dragster is the one I wanted. The Brutale is too much. The Dragster was a 600cc. You were being very good, Zoe. I'm going to actually come and check on you in a second, all right? Here I come. You were such a good birdie. Yeah, you were such a good birdie. You gave me some quiet, and I appreciate that. You want out? Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Hello. 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 You want to see a cool motorcycle, Zoe? The motorcycle I wanted as an 18-year-old. You want to go back here? There you go. I think you're going to like this too, Mojo. Since this is the bike that I wanted as an 18-year-old. Yeah. So cool. So cool looking. So freaking sweet. Look at that. It looks like a monster. Looks like you get to ride a monster. With the 3 pipes. Because it's a 3-cylinder, of course. That's how it works. That's not how it works. Yeah. I was so sold. I was like, bro, please. Please, universe, can I have MV Agusta? But they're how much are they? They're really expensive as well. I think they're also freaking $50,000 or something. I don't think they're that expensive, but MV Agusta. Are they going to tell me on here? Wow. Let me just ask the price. Yeah, $22,000. So cheaper than the other one, and half price. You can get 2 MV Agustas for the price of one of those Verge bikes. But still $22,000 for a motorcycle is too much money to pay for a bike. Oh, that's too much. That's way too much. That's like a lot of money, Zoe. That's so much money. Who has $22,000 for a toy? Huh? That's too much, don't you think? That's too much. If I was gonna get myself if I was gonna get myself a type of fun wheel, I'd rather get myself a InMotion P6 or something like that. They're $5,000, and they're also very fun. Hey, what's up? Wait, you want some more? Hey, don't stop! Don't regurgitate on my couch. You sweetie bird. Oh, sweetie birdie. You're just a sweetie bird. Yeah, he's a sweetie birdie. You want to go and get some cookies? Yeah? Come on. All right. You want to go outside? Let's take you outside, okay? Want to take you outside? Yeah? Give you some cookies, okay? Give you some cookies outside. It's kind of cold out here. It's not freezing, but it's definitely not hot here. Good girl. Alrighty. I am returned. I think my loves for bikes started when I watched Batman Forever. Me too, dude. I think so. Freaking Batman. Batman shaped a lot of my likes actually. Where like I was really into Batman as a kid. I even like watched the animated series. Is that Melita? I'm so tired of feeling that I'm not allowed to shine because my light keeps pulling out the shadows in others. I could really need some support in this. Man, Melita friend. Are you still here? Yeah, you are. You are. Good. You are so very loved, Melita. She says, oh, there's a lot to be said. Think I'm very far behind. We got Gobbledygoo here in chat with us too. Bureaucracy does it again. I'm so tired. Let me read some of her comments. I'm aware that it's a gift, but it's not just my shadow. But they get confronted with their own shadows, which I don't mind, but they tend to throw it in my face like it's my fault, instead of seeing it as an opportunity to grow. Just feels like people who are closest to me keep vanishing because I step into my full authenticity. I am used to be alone, but this just feels ridiculous at this point. Definitely not Christy. Okay, I'll have to come back to that one a little bit later to see the context of what has been shared. I have to. Yeah. I don't have any motorcycles, just bicycles and a Peloton. Nice, Christy. You can get your steps in and keep that heart rate high. Meow. To you, dear friend. I'm gonna be there in a second. I don't know what the pricing market on motorcycle is, but 30K would be pretty cheap for a car, so I don't know about motorcycles. Yeah, for a car, that's fine price, but for a motorcycle, it's just a bit much. Hey, Big Pimpin'. Hey, Gobbledygook. It's nice having you. I prefer the cruiser look on bikes. There you go, Joey. Yeah, the cruiser look, like the Yamaha cruisers, are also pretty sick. Also, like actually more fun to drive long term, right? If you're actually gonna drive a bike because you want to drive a bike, you want a cruiser. You don't want it naked. Recently, I feel like I'm talking to my future selves, and it feels like the only bunch I can actually talk to. Sometimes that's how it be, right? Tune in with that higher self perspective kind of thing. Driving would be great, but if it weren't for all the other drivers, exactly, dude. I am so wild indeed, Rose. I totally agree with you on that, Gauss. It's Sam. YouTube changed my handle, and I haven't come up with a clever enough one to replace it with yet. Motorcycles aren't a good idea in America. Traffic is too dangerous. Too many bad drivers. And this area that I live in is hilly, right? Like sometimes you don't know where the road is. Like not even sometimes, regularly. You don't know where the rest of the road is. And then people drive in the middle of the road as well. So you have to like hug the side skirts. I don't think driving a motorcycle would be too fun here, actually. Yeah, I actually enjoy it. It relaxes me. The other damn people just gotta watch out for, exactly. I totaled my car, my last car, and just fled. Jeez. I got my banana. I'm standing by the work lake. We have gotten a lot of rain. The lake is really full. Even in Texas, rain is coming down. Traveling America in general is a bad idea, though. America is made to be traveled, kind of thing, right? And your fatalities on the road is relatively low, right, to some other countries. I agree, motorcycles here are dangerous. My ex passed away on one. I know a bunch of people that passed away on motorcycles as well back in South Africa, actually. Ice Cream is gonna send you to the fucking away, not back home. You're true, yeah. Would be nice to go back home in that kind of context, where it's like getting sent to the freaking, like some shadow prison. I lost a lot of people on motorcycles and even got brutally hurt myself. That being said, I would still ride one given the opportunity. Me too. I grew up driving motorcycles. I knew how to ride a motorcycle before I could put my feet down on the ground. I could reach the pedals, I could like reach my gears, but I couldn't reach the ground, right? So I would basically shout at my cousins, right? I would be like keeping myself in momentum, doing like circles until one of them could like take me off of the bike again. I legit was driving motorcycles as a 6-year-old, like a 125cc, but still, I've been driving motorcycles a long time. And I've only gotten hurt like one time. And I didn't even get like hurt. But I shouldn't test it. Are you cold out here? Come on. Come on. There you go, sweetie bird. There you go. You cold out there? Yeah, I'm cold. I'm cold. It's freaking cold out there, bro. You want a cookie? Yeah? You want a cookie? I'll get you a cookie, Zoe bird. I'll get you a cookie. Oh, you good girl. You're such a good girl. Yeah. You're a good girl. I'm gonna get you some of these. I'm gonna get you some peanuts too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get you some peanuts. Yeah. You want that? Yeah. You good girl. Yeah, of course. Yes, you are. You're such a good girl. Yeah. Let's say hi to the friends. I'm gonna say hi. Hello. What a good girl. Give me a kiss. Mwah, what a good girl. You wanna do a spin? Spin. No. That's high five. This is spin. We're doing spin. Spin. There you go. Good girl. And now give me a high five. Wow. That's good. Let's give you your cookies. Say bye-bye to the friends. Bye. Good girl. Let's take you with us. Your cookies. Yeah, you earned these. You earned these cookies. Such a good girl. There you go. Ate all your vegetables. That's a good bird. That's a good bird. Okay. I am returned. Here we go. I like the ghosts. Like the ghosts in Mario, right? I'm happy that you see it too, Christy. It's super cute. Such a messed up rule that they give you that you can't work. It's like, how are you supposed to let us find you're making money so that you can eat food, or we'll punish you? That's why Zhao, when she like started this process of marrying me, she had to give them 3 years of tax reports, 3 years of pay stubs, years of like basically proving that she's had consistent income, and like proving that she does have the means to support me while the paperwork process kind of like starts happening. Like, it's one of those things where they make it really hard for people to get away with fake marrying just for the sake of a green card kind of thing. Mel, the closer you get to light, the greater your own shadow becomes. It's only those things that have to learn to accept and cope with. Yeah, but the problem is the other people around us kind of thing, right? Like, we still love them, but they can feel threatened by the light that we share with them kind of thing, right? Especially when those shadows come out. We got BSF saying, good morning. Hey, BSF. Honestly, I would see it as a gift. If your fullest self is bringing to light the things in their life that need care, then they're doing them, then what you're doing them is good. And they need to learn for themselves as well, right? They might not get to learn right now. They might hurt you in the meantime, push you away, but you are still having that impact upon them, even if they don't know it in this moment. Long time not chatting, it's true. Hello, Luna. Welcome back, dear Indian friend. I finally started shining and standing up for myself, and people started walking away. Let them. I think I'm going to leave. Thank you for joining us, dear friend. I can't comment some deep stuff, but it's so true what Sam and Christy is saying. Very true. I'm aware that it's a gift. Them thinking it's your fault for bringing the shadows out instead of seeing it opportunity to grow. I think my love for bikes started when I watched Batman Forever. Relatable. Just feels like people who are closest to me keep vanishing because I am in my full authenticity. I am used to being alone, but this just feels ridiculous at this point. That's my sisters, and I don't talk unless we have to. Maybe more support in that area is in order. I know you have a very thriving Instagram, speaking some truth to folks who are having a hard time meeting that moment and what this required. Yeah, Christy, not Christy, Sam is speaking truth about Melita's Instagram. She really has been her authentic self in her expression. Like watching Melita's Instagram, you'll see her just like blossom as a person, kind of thing. They bullied me my entire life, and then I came into my full self. And now they're like, oh, she's mean. We can't say anything to her, and everything is my fault. Like, no, no, I'm just not going to accept any bullshit, right? Your projections. I think bikes are cool. I'm just too scared to ride down my dream car. When I was a kid, it was a '67 Mustang Coupe. Still love that car to this day. Me too, bro. Either the '67 or the '69, right? Like those Mustang era cars, like really sick. They're not very good, relatively speaking. They're not very good cars, but they're pretty, right? Gorgeous. My sister made me cry on Christmas because she blamed me for my dad's behavior. Like, how the fuck is that my fault? It's like, yeah, you're this grown ass man. Behaving in this inappropriate way is you, the child of grown ass man's fault. And it's like, okay, all right, if you say so, and you must know best. My family is like that, Christy. Bullied and belittled me my whole childhood and then clutched their pearls when I give it back. Relatable. You know me, Gaps. We've had conversations about this, right? Like just this unwillingness to take the bullshit. We're like, actually, fucking no. Yeah. Uh-uh. I ain't having none of it anymore. Definitely not Christy. I get what you mean. I was always bullied as a kid, but I didn't understand why. I had more self esteem back then as well. It's like we want to keep us small so that they can be comfortable. And I don't want to make them feel bad, but it's so not right to just keep silent. It's interesting. I wonder how much correlation there would be between all of us friends. I was also relentlessly bullied as a kid. And I was also one of those kids that was authentic in my self expression. I knew who I was. And because I knew who I was, people felt like that was someone to attack, right? It's like, oh, none of us know who we are, but this guy knows. So we're going to attack him and like kind of like poke the thing that is, right? Instead of like thinking, maybe I can be self as well. The shadow of self is part of the whole, and when we greet that part of suspicion with hostility, we make that full spiritual integration impossible. How can your art style communicate unity with the self even when the self is an asshole? Ask Ryan Reynolds. Exactly. I refuse to let them bully me and make me feel small anymore. For one, my sister didn't even pronounce tortoise correctly. Idiot. Tortoise? Tortoise. Batman, the animated series, is one of the best shows ever made. So good. Unity with self is a good point, Sam. I shall try to emphasize it more. I feel like they vanish because they're scared of you, because they're not letting them bring you down anymore. Yeah, or the thing of like uh, realizing that there is something to change. I think change is the biggest scary thing for people, and they would rather attack you for your way of being than acknowledge that something in them needs to change, kind of thing. By giving back negative energy, just keeps the cycle going. The only way to disrupt it is to just let it go. It's our bodies and minds decide how we react. Darren says, hello, everyone. Hey, Darren. Welcome, friends. Nice having you here with us. We don't need to give back the negative energy, just have to stand up for yourself. It's true. Kind of like not letting lies perpetuate, right? You're in Texas? No, I'm in Indiana. That was one of the states I moved to, but went to Maryland. Shouldn't you be at work? I am at work. Beggars, beggars, bums. We have the same job, probably. Hello, Anamika. Hello to you, friend. What part of Texas were you planning on going to? I know Gabs lives in Texas. We got Melita saying, yeah, just feels like I'm not allowed to hang out with someone longer than 3 hours or 3 days, and then I'd need to isolate somewhere, walk barefooted, and just not think about anything for a while. That is hard. I'm envisioning people coming into your life that want to spend all of their time with you, dear Melina. Florida, I'm from Nepal, and you, I'm from South Africa, but I'm living in United States of America right now. Sorry, my English is not good. You don't have to apologize. I am also not a first, first language English speaker, but we learn, and the only way for us to learn is to practice. Standing up for myself also feels weird because I get perceived like I'm doing something that is not allowed, that I'm trying my best to do it politely, no matter how much it gets distorted. Ah, not allowed. Again, some people have never kind of seen that. Some people have never been challenged on their own bullshit. So suddenly somebody doing that is like, hey, you can't do that. It's like, yes, yes, I can. And I will. Try me. You wanna try me? No, you wanna try? I'll try. I never live. I live near the Eagles and the Phillies stadium. Hello again, Anamika. Welcome. Yeah, Mel, because they aren't used to it and it throws them off. So they're like, "What? You can't do that." Me and Christy are like so in sync today. Yeah, exactly. I couldn't have a bird that can talk because I'd yell obscurities into the void to decompress. Hello, Shantae. You don't need to send like 5 highs, dear friend. One high is enough. We see you. It takes me some time to get to all of the messages sometimes. It's nice to have you here again. We got Kid D joining us too. Yo, Melt, it's easier. Yeah, easier said than done. I don't know what that means, Kid D, but it's nice having you here with us. Yeah, people are just not used to honesty, and then they assume I'm here to do them harm. Just laughable at this point. I envision you finding people that don't want to challenge, right, your authentic expression. Again, people are very stuck to what their egos have convinced them is important in this world. None of us know, right? And each of us have a life of our own. And each of us need to live in our own authentic expression. And many people have never, not for one day in their lives, lived in authentic expression. Right? Think about that. Their whole lives, they've been dressed by their parents in the clothing that their parents deemed correct. They've been told, thank you for the dollar, Hoopty. They've been told what they're supposed to think, what is and isn't okay to say, what is and isn't okay to do with their time. And then when they see someone breaking out of that paradigm, it challenges all of their preconceived notions. Like, did my parents lie to me? Is everything that I believe actually bullshit? And like, yes, sometimes, yes, is the answer. And that terrifies the ego. It's like the most terrifying thing that you can tell the ego is that it doesn't know what's going on. Right? So, in that way, keep walking your path, dear friend. I'm proud of you, Melina. I love you so much. I look forward to getting to meet you one day and getting to celebrate your growth alongside you as well. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Would you like some ramen? I'd love some ramen. Maybe with some pho. They probably just want to steal your awesome scarves. It's like the bully because they don't have things that they want you because they don't have the things they want. I'm eating a snack. Sounds nice. I'm kind of hungry myself as well. I stepped into full authenticity, Mel. And same thing. Suddenly, friends gone. I have online friends, but that's it. It's hard. But putting me first will ultimately serve the collective. I see you, Melina. I feel you on that, Sam. Christy resonating as well. And I think that's why a lot of people don't get. That's what a lot of people don't get. When they serve the world first, there it is, without tending to themselves, get the version of the world they get is incomplete. Incomplete, and also when you are not kind of perpetuating those same patterns, they consider their world even more incomplete because you're not playing your role, right? You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? Why aren't you at work? You know, some of these people in chat will say at me, and I'm like, If I wasn't at work right now, then you wouldn't have the opportunity to tell me to get a job, kind of thing, right? And again, it's like what we think of as work is going to change, especially with AI and robotics becoming more and more prolific, right? Like when the job market as we knew it completely melts away into non-existence, right? Imagine trying to tell a person to get a job when everything is done, right? When the grass is cut, the buildings are painted, the pavements are without cracks, the food is being grown and being maintained, the grocery store shelves are stacked, the floors have been cleaned, right? Like, what am I supposed to do? Point me at something, please. Please point me at something that you think I need to do. You know, I would love to be able to do something, some people will say. And maybe eventually we'll get good at actually becoming better at being ourselves. I just want to say hi to everybody and ask how your day is going. Day is going well. Thank you. How about you, Shante? Live and let live. It hurts so much that they have not lived for a second of their life. It's just physically painful to me too. MeltMore, you should write the book. I started. I started writing a book twice, but I don't think I'm. Uh, I don't think I know enough yet to think I am capable of teaching. I am capable of bringing to our awareness, right? But I'm still learning myself as well, Hoops. The book that I started writing was called It Is What It Is. And I was basically talking about all of the fundamentals of the brain, right? The way that your brain works through neurochemicals, and how neurochemicals are directly influenced by our interactions with the self and with others. And now becoming very aware of these almost like value systems as neurochemistry inside your body allows you a little bit more control. But in writing it, I was doing a lot of research and I realized that I know very little. And then it became kind of like one of these things where I was like, I don't know if I know enough to try and teach or try and, steer, the person reading these words right now. And then I kind of stopped. Bad excuse. I probably should get started again. Even if it's just like teaching myself how to articulate my ideas, could be good to write the book again. Good morning, dear friends. Bopping in and out today a lot. Worky lurky, loving you. We love you too, Zhao. Thank you for being here with us. How could you be hungry? You've been eating your coffee this whole time. There's not enough calories in here, dude. There's like at most 200 calories in this cup. I've already burned 700 just sitting here and having woken up from my night's rest. So I probably will get myself some eggs very soon. Mel, it's nice to spend just a moment in time here with you. You're so loved, dear friend. We do love you. The Delulu is real, you say. I live by a Zen center in the mountains, and we have a lot of these white hippies who are fried in the head and talk as if they are spiritual. Thank you for letting us know, dear friend. Uh, sounds like you maybe need to start like going to that Zen center yourself, right? Maybe spend some time in the mountains, because if you have so much judgment in yourself to one, be racist and calling their skin color to awareness, two, have the judgment that they're fried in their head, which is also a judgment, and then three, to judge the way they talk as something that is, as you said, as if they're spiritual. Does that mean that you are spiritual in that way, right? Do you find yourself a little bit higher up on the hierarchy in your own mind, right? There's a bunch of layers there. As you said, the Delulu is real, all right? Realize that you are projecting onto the world a state that is in your mind. You are probably very delusional. right? And the reality that you find yourself in doesn't seem like a fun one. If the first thing that you choose to say to a random stranger on the internet is that they are a fried in the head white hippie that talks as if they're spiritual, then clearly your mental health is not well, right? Because there's an infinite amount of things that you can choose to say to another person. And that's probably amongst the worst, right? Outing yourself as a racist, outing yourself as someone that's judgmental, and outing yourself as someone who considers themselves more spiritual than others, right? Like that's a bunch of layers of personal, showing. Like, yeah, this is the kind of person I am. Doesn't seem very healthy, dear friend. I do hope you find, balance in your projections. Good luck. And you can stick around, right? You're still welcome here. Even if you are going to be hurtful and hateful, I still welcome you into our space. Thank you for finding yourself here. I do hope you find some peace. Yes, I'm not going to be online on Friday. So, yeah, we're going to make Grandma's grave tomorrow. And I'm so excited. Grandpa? Oh, yeah. Sad because I saw my grandpa in my dream and he said hi to me. That's beautiful. You are capable of everything. There it is. Melita knows. It is what it is. No one can explain it the way you can, and people need your approach for it. It's the only thing that can resonate with some of us. Yeah, we are here. We are here as these unique human expressions with our plethoras of intricacies. So much depth exists in the human body, and trying to understand at least some layers of the self does, at least in my mind, make it a little bit easier to be a person. I should also take my own advice for others, for myself. Ah, what are you wearing? I'm wearing what they call clothing. This is what they call shirt. This is what they call pants. This is what we call scarf. I'm pretty sure human beings have been wearing such things for thousands of years. I am very colorful, I'll admit that much. So I'm wearing colorful clothing. All right. You can wear, I guess, your black and white or jeans with your. I'm trying to think about like logo. Yeah, jeans with big logo on chest. You can wear that too. Each their own. But I like dressing like this. Brings me great joy. It's hard, Mel, but know that you're not alone. My sister's done speaking to me unless needed. They're going to Paris in June and didn't even tell me. Hurtful, but it is what it is. I have my tiny, tiny circle and this community. And we love you, Christy. Your presence here is appreciated. What's this about? Today's stream topic is about talking to your younger self, right? Knowing that all of us in previous moments in our life have gone through traumatic events, have gone through painful moments, have felt hopeless, to think about that hopeless version of you and in this moment send them the message that they're going to be okay, that they found themselves here today, right? That they're going to still grow. They still have a lot to hope for. That's what we were talking about today. You don't get to be insulting here. You can try. You can try to be insulting here. I'm curious to see if I missed anything actually now. Bless you again, Hoopy. Thank you for the dollar, bro. That's nice of you to send me some of your abundance. Mm-mm. Has nothing to do with projecting. Uh, just because someone thinks you're a hippie and are delusional and are not spiritual, that's not a projection. Yes, that's exactly what projection is. Hey Google, can you define projection as a judgment of another person? Seems like that one's not working either. Can you define projection as judgment of other people? When you look at the psychological projection through the lens of judging others, it's essentially the act of making your own unacknowledged feelings, flaws, or insecurities and mapping them onto someone else. Instead of recognizing negative traits or judgment within ourselves, our ego subconsciously pushes it outwards, making it about them rather than about us. That's exactly what you did in chat today, dear friend. All right, so it is about projection. Literally. Like literally about projection. We got Nancy here with us. Hey Nancy, thank you for joining us. Yeah, racism is the number one thing I can't stand in this whole world. It's like you have to be pretty stupid to be a racist. Me like taking like jabs at racism. Fucking, you have to be like very stupid, right? And it makes sense, right? If your species or if your lineage has been inbred, you'll be stupid too. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop being mean. Racism is a lack of perspective, right? If you find yourself racist, it's probably because you haven't met enough people. Right? Go and meet some people, right? There are many different races on planet Earth, and all of them have kindness. All of them have love. All of them have patience and compassion. All of them have empathy for the human experience, right? And only when you really absorb that truth does racism melt away for you. Combat journey was the first thing. This chat is fun. Thank you, Blade, for joining us. The Dutch is my first. It is Lamar. Sam, I was just watching The Sixth Sense. Lol, I'm wearing clothing. Nice. I hate that, you say. I hate my younger self. Garrett, why? Why do you hate your younger self? Did you make mistake? Did you make mistakes as your younger version of you? Forgive them. Don't hate them. Your outfit looks good today. Thank you, Shantae. I appreciate that. The cheese wheel, impressionate painting, clog wearing Dutch, or the human rehoming, diamond mining dicks of Dutch. What? Why do you feel that way? I don't hate my younger self. I sympathize for her. The constant bullying, emotional and physical abuse, the neglect. That's the way, Christine. But some people have acted in ways as a younger version of them that might be hateable, right? Maybe they were hated for how they were, and then that hate basically becomes a projection of self, right? Like people living rent free in your brain, still telling you, and then you internalize those thoughts and you start believing them about yourself. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. You're worthy of more. We got Dry Historian joining us too. We got Mr. Bumpy Pickle. Is anyone here using a MikroTik Wi-Fi router? Updated now. It is compromised. Thank you for letting us know. What can you say about Russian people? That they are comrades, right? That the camaraderie in the Russian community is something that I admire, right? I think they make good friends. I had a Russian friend when I was in China. He was a really cool dude, very kind, very open in his expression, very willing to learn about other people as well. The Russian people seem like they know how to party well. Yeah, camaraderie. Me and Nancy are on the same page. They got that vodka on deck. Blade, you'll beat me to it. Why are the Dutch catching strays here? I also don't know, Blade. I'm like descendant from Dutch people technically, so I'm like, y'all see, Bobas. What did the Dutch do? I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going now. Thank you for joining us, Shantae. You have a good day, dear friend. That's so nice of you. Well said. Thank you, friend. Are you Russian? Uh, I don't know how to read your username. Payukku, Payukku, Tayopok. Looks like Tupac, but Russian. Russian Sarkulayev. Oh yeah, love is true. I feel the same way as Christy, but at the same time, how could anyone treat such a sweet baby like that? It makes me mad that they were supposed to be the one keeping you safe. Yeah, I think it is kind of like that, right? Where children do kind of get a lot of baggage kind of placed upon them. Whatever your parents went through, your parents' lack of success in different directions of their lives. Me and Joe and a friend, I'm trying to think which friend it was. Oh, it was her sister. Uh, Me, Shay, and Joe in the car ride on the way to Roman's birthday party had a conversation about these beauty pageants that some mothers force their daughters into, right? And she mentioned how mean these mothers were to their 4-year-old daughters, right? Like freaking ugly, just like ugly energy like projected onto them because they weren't the perfect that their mothers thought they were supposed to be. And because they weren't the beauty pageant queen in their childhood, now they project that expectation onto the children kind of going forward. And it just perpetuates these toxic cycles of like hurting kids because kids are having kids, right? Like, I believe we're only an adult after we turn 30, technically. And very few adults in that way are actually having kids. It's mostly children having children kind of thing. Bros, not chopped. I don't know what chopped means. A great haircut? Thank you, Net. Each of us have their own projections, right? This and this is equal length. Yeah, this is comfortable. Makes me look that even though I have long hair up top, that I'm still kind of neat at the very least. I cut my hair myself as well, so I save $20 every time I do that. Money being saved. I'm gonna buy myself a car at the end of here soon. Russian people, they are from Russia. That's all I can really say about them. And each individual is unique. Oh yeah. What did the Dutch do? You want the alphabetically or just by last name? Because I need to get ready for my grandpa's funeral. Bless friend. We'll see you again next time. You have fun as much as you can connecting with your family members. Yep, it's like Russian tourist. My username means party girl. Means ah. A good thing that I don't know how to read it. Prairie Wolf. Thank you for letting me know. I started a Dutch joke, but you gotta go back and read what I wrote. I think I did read it, but I still didn't understand it. I think that was the problem for me. Right. I remember you saying like you the worst thing for you is racism, and then people were like, what's the second worst thing or something like that? And you said like Dutch people. You poor Dutch getting strays. Chat is random, yeah, Flamao. It can sometimes be like that. Yeah, I agree. That's why I can't watch anything involving kids getting hurt or documentaries about child abuse. It's super traumatizing to me to just like think about stuff like that happening. I mean, like all of the friggin' files coming out right now as well. It's like just like literally thousands upon thousands of books. Well, not thousands of books, but like thousands upon thousands of pages of just this information coming out about all of the abuse that has been going on. Especially now that I have kids, right? Christy, have you seen Schindler's List? That's also one of the ones that was like very traumatizing. A pancake is a pancake, even if it has a stick in it. That's such a weird sentence. No, I haven't. Watching things like that triggers me. What do you mean by that? I'm also like curious. That's such a confusing sentence. I mean, what's your native language? Afrikaans. Ek is 'n eerste taal Afrikaans prater. Ek het groot geword met ouers wat Afrikaans praat, maar my pa, omdat hy in die mynindustrie was, hy's veronderstel gewees om te kan Engels praat. So, toe ek baie jonk was, het ek hom gevra om met my te begin Engels praat as hy terugkom van die werk af, sodat ek kan begin leer. So I learned how to speak English, slowly but surely. It's so sad what is going on within geopolitics. We would all have been as one. We will be still, dear friend. It might take us a lot of time, might take us 100 more years, but it's inevitable. Why bro is looking at me, it's concerning. I'm looking at you specifically right now, Blade. Nobody else, so just you. Freaking looking. Rooking. Rooking some more. Children's beauty pageants are so gross. Like, why put those standards on a child before they even understand what they are being graded on? Just grading a child, right? Like, whoever, like, they should, like, find the judges of those things and put them in jail. It's like, you judge the aesthetic appeal of children? Straight to jail. Straight to jail. We should be, but old ass men act like fucking children. Yeah. It means adding butter. A stick. A stick of butter. Checks out. I agree. It's gross and weird. I'm Angela from Italy again. I like y'all so much and I love your videos and your channel. Say ciao to my wife and babies. Love you. Ciao. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Sending you love, dear friend. Thank you for joining us, Angela. It's always nice having you here. I modeled in my early 20s and left because I didn't like the toxicity. I also modeled in my early 20s and left because of the expectations that came with it. Right? I was very sexualized. Big surprise, right? By the photographers that were usually dudes. And I was like, I don't think this is good for my mental health. I should probably not be here. How's it going? Haley Jade? It's going well. Very well, in fact. Today's stream topic is about sending our younger selves messages as our present selves, right? And I'm sending that version of me that wanted to do modeling a message of like, you're beautiful and you're worthy of love, even if you're not, right? And just because you didn't get to make a career out of being beautiful doesn't mean that you're not. Love is true, myself, I say to me. Imagine being a child and going through that. I wouldn't want to. Like, it was a lot for me, even as a 20-year-old. I know a certain president of a certain country who is racist and projects his twisted beliefs over the country and the rest of the world. Yeah, Afrikaans. Also happens to be Dutch. It's Angela from Italy again. Y'all are my favorite family. Love to you, dear friend. It's nice to have you here. Yes, Queen. Thank you, Bauhan, for resonating with us. Are you kidding? No, no kid. For reals. I think it's actually like 3,000 something books. Someone made an exhibit of it, right? That's what I was kind of talking about, Dry Historian. Like, literally, it would take like a person something like freaking 20 years to try and read all of it, kind of thing. No need to keep running into life. Thank you, everyone. Much love to all. We love you. Melita, we look forward to spending more time with you again soon. More than 3 hours, even. 3 days, if we can. 3 years, if you'd allow us. A lot of my people know English as their second language. It would be nice to be connected. Slowly but surely, and then all at once. Where were you born? Tell me the truth, please. I was born in South Africa, Net. I was born in South Africa, and that's why my first language is Afrikaans. He's in my room. No, no. What? Blade starts screaming. I'll look at you tomorrow. Feel my intensity of the gaze. Looking. Melt is speaking in reverse again. Start speaking in tongues. It could send my younger self a message. I think I'd say, you're gonna make it. Yeah. You're gonna go far, kid. You're gonna go far. I'm sorry for anyone that had to deal with toxicity in the modeling industry. You're beautiful on the inside. Remember that. What is your profession, my guy? No way you are. No way you are a psychologist. Is it? No, I'm not a psychologist. I've thought about studying psychology. My profession would probably just be like techie, right? I'm technomancer. I know how to computers. I know how to media source. I know how to IP address. I know how to voice over internet protocol. I know how to media over cat cable, right? I know how to decode. Well, not really. You don't have to know how to do that. The computer does it itself. But I know how to route signal so that multiple different signals can go to an output source. And I know how to projection map, and I know how to use projection mapping software. Those are like my skills that I have applied in the professional setting. That's where I've gotten most of my money from. That's what paid me the most, for the time I've spent doing it, kind of thing. I'm trying to like think about the wage I received in an hour, but it's not that high even. It's higher than doing YouTube, and that's definitely true. When I was a teenager, I had mono. And one of the dreams I had while I was sleeping for a month straight was of this an entity who visited me and like infused me with stories. The only way I can describe it is purple. That thing was made of mist and violet colored. Maybe it was me. Maybe it was something else, but that was the year I became a storyteller. I do believe it's you, dear Sam. Almost like your highest self and its energy body kind of thing visiting you. I had a damn photographer Photoshop my teeth, Lamau. I was so insulted. Yeah. I don't know if I was Photoshopped. Actually, I was Photoshopped once when I had my photo taken for my portrait at the school that I was teaching at when I was an English teacher. She Photoshopped my whole beard off of my face. Right? I had a beard, like kind of like short beard like this. And then I see the photo of me and I'm beardless. And I'm like, the fuck? And she's like, yeah, I had to Photoshop each hair off of your face. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? And she goes, because it's more neat. All right. The the average Chinese person doesn't have a beard that much. So me having one was like too far out. Like Kate Moss teeth, like Kate Moss's teeth aren't perfect exactly. That just released the files too. Yep, happened. Holla guys, bless you. It was nice to have you here, Shantae. Pokemon, thank you for joining us too. I think it's the second time that you're joining us, right? I think so. Welcome back if it is. The only way I can describe it, I think I've read it one. Are all your clothes this colorful? Yeah, pretty much. Sankey, pretty much. Sam, what are you talking about? Slay, you were cool. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Did Prince come to you in a dream? Your eyes are cute. On the subject of talking to one's younger self, I'm saying maybe it happened. Maybe it was something else, but it was life changing. I'm your sub now. Thank you for subscribing, dear friend. Every subscriber is appreciated. We just recently passed 2,000 subscribers, right? At one point, my days of live streaming surpassed the amount of subscribers that I have. And recently, my subscriber number surpassed again my days of live streaming, which feels like they're like racing each other, right? So by the time I do 1 million live streams, ideally I'll have 1 million subscribers. But Melt, doing 1 million live streams means you'll be 260 years old. Did I stutter? Hey Google, how many days from now, or what year is it? 1 million days from now. Mm. Oh my goodness, it's the year 4,700. Okay, fine. I'll do live streaming for 4,700 more years. Okay, fine. Fine. Fine if you need that. 4,700 years, fine. Then I'll be like half the age that I want to be when I'm old. I'll be old when I'm 10,000. I'll be 1,000, and then I'm gonna be like still a kid to myself, right? Like a 10-year-old to a 100-year-old person. IT guy, basically. Yep, pretty much. I've been into IT my whole life. I really love computers, like a lot. Computers don't hurt me, right? And that's kind of why I gravitated towards them as a child. I would say to my younger self, yes, go join that punk rock band. Nice, exactly. Thanks a bunch for your great pronunciation. I completely understand you. You're welcome, Net. Thank you for listening in, dear friend. Feel my intensity of gaze. My humor is immature. It's okay. Blade, you're loved nonetheless. We got Diane joining us. Peace be with you. Handsome. With much respect, Miss Diana from North Philly. Jesus loves you too, duty dude. Thank you for blessing us in this space with your presence as well. Remind, let's stay curious about each other's experiences. Let's ask questions rather than label. Agreed. That's a good reminder to have, actually, for all of us. Thank you, Hoopty. Combat says Melt's profession is being that guy, that dude, him, whatever you want to call it. That's what his job is. Exactly. I'm that guy. You know, when you need that guy, here I am. That's my job. And I'm doing it every day. Good photographers can do almost anything with Photoshop, literally. I'm an ecologist in a huge gas company. Yes, we here also care about the environment. By the way, we use European standards. How about that? Yeah, it's true. If the world explodes or goes away, then you can't sell more gas. So you do have to care. You used to bully me at school. I was in your grade. Is that true? Stay tuned. Person eating a banana. Uh, the most bullying that I did, there's actually two people that I had like some bullying energy towards. It was Divan, and he because he was like weirder than me in class, and then it was Tredu. And I have apologized to both of those people, you know, like afterwards, like reached out directly and actually apologized for my like asshole behavior. At least it wasn't like extremely mean, right? It was just kind of like jesting. And then Tredu, I basically had like my adult form as a 13-year-old, right? I became really big really quickly. It was very painful. My back, oh my goodness. I was like literally crying in pain because of how fast I grew. And then I had this form, right? I'm basically 6 foot, and I had musles, and then the other kids didn't grow as fast as I did, so I could just like lift them up off the ground. And Tredu specifically was the most reactive when I did that, right? And I was still a child in mind, right? And children like eliciting a response, and that's the way that I bullied at that point in my life. And you don't look like either of those people, so I'll call cap. Why not just have you shave? Why not just have you shave? Shave my what? What? I'd say to literal me, nothing stays the same and there's no room for blame. Our circumstances may not be our fault, but how we respond to them is our responsibility. And that shapes where we'll go. That's beautiful, Jean. Thank you for sharing that. Sending that message back to my younger self as well. And to future me, I know I could have done better if I had the foresight that you have as hindsight. But I did the best with what I had, where I was, and what I knew. Love is true. Future me says, I hope you're doing well, and I thank you for the grace that you've given me. All right, guys, I got a dip. Another freaking medical evaluation. I hope that it goes well, Christy, and that you walk away with it with newfound peace. Sending you love, dear friend. Your presence here today was appreciated. Mm-mm-mm. Have a wonderful day. I wish you 1 trillion subscribers. Thank you, Ned. That's a lot. Hi, I'm new. Hello, Rosie Cola. Thank you for joining us too. One of my yoga teacher's daughter is a Rosie as well. And she's super kind. You kind of sound like Brian from Family Guy. I can kind of see it. I don't know if I like that comparison, but I can see it. Love your hair. Thank you. It grows out of my head. You're like small little 3D printers distributing little. You speak like Israel GPT. What? What? How about there? The same here. I'm new. I'm going to watch all your videos right now. Yo. I mean, it's gonna take you a while. If you want to, you can. But I have done 1,967 live streams, and I've like averaged an hour pretty much. All right. So it's gonna take you 81 days of continuous watching to watch all of my content, which is good if you're bored, right? You have 81 days of MeltMore episodes to go and watch now. It's probably more than that, but minimum 81 days of content. Oh, shaved instead of Photoshop. There we go. It makes more sense. I'm back on page. Sorry, guys. I just need to tell my dad to get out of the car because he was drunk. He's probably dealing with the loss of your grandpa as well. If you would have given me uppies, I would have laughed. Shaved instead of Photoshop is all. That's a lot of work to go per hair. Oh my gosh, yeah. Giving you uppies, try historian. That's cute. You're reading messages like you're singing. I do like doing that, Nat. Language is a kind of song after all. All of us are singing to each other all the time. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. You know what I mean? That's exactly how it works. Yeah, exactly. Your chat is wild. Welcome to my life, Blade. Today is tame. Today is pretty tame, bro. Like I've had chats so wild that it literally starts freaking like causing me to heat up, and I'm like, oh my word, somebody save me. I don't need you, and I definitely don't need the superiority and the punishment from you. You've been getting punished, Dreamtooth. I'm happy that you don't need me, right? That to me is unironically a good thing because if you needed me, that would put a lot of strain on my nervous system, right? I would feel like I am responsible for your well being, which I'm not, as you said. Superiority is a strong word. I definitely can see why you would come to that conclusion, but I'm one else. I'm just confident and very much established in myself, right? I know who I am, right? And I know that who I am is good and just and kind and loving and present in this moment, right? And you are all of those things as well. And it's only upon stepping into that which you are that you can feel a sense of self confidence. I trust that you have that too, dear friend. Shantae, everyone must be going through a hard time in that situation. Everyone comes in their own way. Stay strong, my friend. Stay loving and caring. It's the best we can hope to do. Tooth, are you talking to your younger self? I hope so. I hope you don't. Maybe you do. You do need your younger self. Maybe you don't need the superiority. And maybe you don't need the punishment. Right. Like the way that you I don't know if I punished myself as a child. But I can't say that I didn't either. Blade, cause we like him. Yeah, copes in their own way, autocorrect. Yeah, we do. Everything. I'm really mad about it. It's okay to be mad about it too, dear friend. Allow yourself these experiences. My dad needs to pay for my grandpa's grave because of my step grandma told him to pay. I'm really mad about it. Yeah. Taking financial harm on top of the fact that you lost your father-in-law or your dad, right? Can't imagine that's easy for him as well. Talking is just smushed together sounds that we understand. Why not sing? Exactly, dry historian. Yeah. If I can give you some cadence, some melody, some extra resonance that communicates a sense of joyfulness in the words that I choose to use, why not do that? Chat is less wild today than it has been in the past. Oh, yeah. Love why. Uh, Probably because all of us are finding ourselves calm here today. I think the conversational topic that we've been discussing as well hasn't been as eliciting of the triggered experience kind of thing. Blade says, "You tell me that you need me. Then you go and cut me down. But wait, you tell me that you're sorry, but didn't turn around and say that it's too late to apologize." I feel like first time in an ass, got a minute man. I will survive. That's kind of like where I'm going with your message, Blade. That's what I'm feeling right now. Melt, I believed your story about bullying until you said the kid was weirder than you. And then I was like, oh, he's making all of this up. You know, you're actually right. Like, unironically. He wasn't weirder than me. Uh, he was more just like odd. I was definitely the like peak weirdness in my space. You're actually right. Damn it, Combat Journey calling me out on my own incongruencies. You're unironically right, dude. I was definitely weirder, but he was odd, and that oddness made him a target, right? Where I'm like, no, stop looking at me. I'm not weird. This guy is odd. Look at him. Ha ha ha. We were raised on Arpan, of course. It can get wild. Oh yeah, yeah. Arpan was definitely more Wild West. One of my streams, I had something like 7,000 comments. I had 660,000 views and 7,000 comments. All right, like that's what I consider wild. Like chat's freaking like too much information to keep up with even. Where were your parents born? Answer, please. They were born in South Africa, as well as I have been. Net is kind of shady. He's from the FBI. Yeah, he is asking a lot of questions. So, where are your parents born? Answer, please. Answer. Can you please pull a card if it's time with you? If it's fine with me. It is 11:11. Right now, it is a time for us to manifest abundance. Realize that you have everything. Everything. Everything is around you right now. Right? All you have to do is go out and receive. Allow yourself to receive in this moment a Justin Timberlake impression. 4 out of 10. Who was doing a Justin Timberlake impression? Okay, but you remind me of this dude. Someone alive one. Cool. Thank you for joining us, dear friend. Hello, I'm from Germany. Hello, Sebastian. Welcome. Thank you for joining us in this space. Sending blessings to Germany. I think they were floating One Republic. I really remember the name of that group. I know the song. I'm missing context as well. You should lead a very sheltered life if getting comments is wild. SM, like, I don't know if you have ever had 7,000 messages projected at you in an hour, but that's wild, all right? It's wild by any person's standards, all right? Even people that don't live sheltered lives, it's pretty wild, all right? Maybe it's a matter of my own personal projection, but when there's so much information that you couldn't process it even if you wanted to, right? Like, let me do this. I'm gonna do like this. No, that's not the right one. I'm gonna do a stopwatch, and then I'm going to go. Joe says, "You melt. It's too late to apologize. Justin Timberlake, and One Republic. Took me 7 seconds and 32, 7 seconds, 0.32 milliseconds to read that comment, right? So let's do 7,000 times 7, divide by 60. It would take me 816 hours to read the comments that was sent in a single hour. Right? It would take me 34 days. 34 days. And what are the odds of it being that number, Hashel? 34 days to read the comments. That was like in a single hour at me. Right? That's not wild to you? You don't think that's wild? That 34 days worth of information can come at you in an hour? I think that's pretty wild, dude. That's pretty wild to me. It was Timbaland and One Republic. Where's the DNA messages? Right here. Shantae did ask for a card. Thanks a bunch for your stream. Thank you, Net, for joining us for it. That sounds like a lot at once to me. Oh, I'm wrong. I got that Dumba though. I think that's why I was missing the context. I was like, Justin Timberlake. I'm so happy because my sister is coming. Nice. Hope that you and your sister get to spend some time together. That is a beautiful time together, dear friend. Did you get to reminisce and talk about the impact that your grandpa has had on your lives and share stories, right, from both of your perspectives? All right. It's time for us to pull a card. You said you wanted the card, Shantai. Sharing stories is so important, right? And now you're back from outer space. I just walked in to see that sad look upon your face. Shantae, are you going to tell me to stop? I'm over the moon. I can understand English at last. You usually didn't? Bro doing the money spread. Yeah. Like I got thick cash. If you had to purchase each and every single one of these works of art, it probably would be a bunch of stacks of cash. It's been 12 weeks that I couldn't see her. I'm happy that you'll get the time to. Tell me to stop, Shantae, so I can get this card pulled for you. That's the abundance spread, actually. Oh yeah, dry story and nose. We adore you. Aw, Net. He's flexing on us without doing anything. No, I don't know. Flexing. Top. There it is. Stone stories. Interesting. Stone stories is about listening. We literally just talked about telling stories. Dry. How about that? Yeah, sharing stories is so important. It's the words that you said. And then we pulled the Stone Stories card after I encouraged our friend to share stories about her grandpa with her sister. It's a little birdie, little woodpecker, chilling with the rocks, telling their stories. If Melt was a rapper, he would preach. You're probably right, dude. Be making rap songs like Rob the Universe and Aesop Rock. Telling people about how it be. Perfect card, right, Rastorian? The Stone Stories. Card number 24. Messages, listening, and hearing. These petroglyphs were borrowed from a site in New Mexico where some 2,000 petroglyphs have been documented. The step threat geometry embedded in this image mirrors the glyphs in the rock art. Stones and crystals are planetary record keepers. They record ancient wisdom and carry messages from other times and dimensions. Sites across the planet where petroglyphs abound are often considered holy places. Humans, in co-creation with the divine, have carved, pecked, or painted stories in stone that remain today as icons of times past. This card asks you to hear the stories that stones have to tell. What will it take for you to decipher their messages? Seek to quiet your mind and listen with your intuitive senses. Stones reveal meaning that you pay it. Stones reveal meaning when you pay attention and tune into their ancient stories. As you sit with crystals, petroglyphs, and stones at sacred sites or simply in nature, recognize that you will hear their messages when you learn to listen. Finally, this card requests that you understand how learning to listen will improve your ability to understand far more than just these stone stories. You were asked to consciously listen and truly hear every facet of creation, including the people around you and the voice of your own heart. I think I pulled it reversed. And the reverse meaning goes, you may have missed the message. Consciously listen more carefully. I think I'll pull another card. But that was beautiful. Especially with Net joining us and being like, I can hear you. Does that bottle have infinite water or something? This one? Yes. I have sold a small little part of my soul that opens a portal to the coffee dimension at the bottom of this thing. Which means that I get infinity drink. I have been drinking on it for 2 hours, which must be a little bit bamboozling. You want to see something crazy? Like, even though it's been 2 hours, this cup is still half full. How does it work? How does it do that? Yeah, I'm wondering too, dude. I'm supposed to have finished my coffee by now, actually. It's already 11. It's going on 12. I usually like having it done by 12. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just joking about the soul selling part. Don't sell your soul to anyone. Does that ball have? My name is Mel. I'm here to help you see this scarf. It's felt. That's your first bars, bro. Sitting cross-legged for so long is so hard. It's full. It's not full, it's half full. That ain't the cup of lean, it's a cup of coffee. You the real rapper. It's coffee, dude. Don't drink lean. That stuff is really bad for you. Nice. Put that card back in there, and then I'll pull some more. Can you please pull me another card? Sure, Shante. Jesus turned water into wine. Melt turned portals into coffee. Melt, you hit or stand? Yes. You sit or stand? Sometimes I'll stand. But when I'm in this space, I do sit cross-legged. It's better for your spinal anatomy. Hi, bro. I'm Indian. Hello. Thank you for joining us, dear Indian friend. This pants that I wear was made in India. I think. Let me just check. I think this scarf was made in India as well. This one doesn't say. I don't think it has more tags on it. But I'm pretty sure this brand makes their scarves in India. I think the shirt is the only thing that's not from India. So thank you, dear Indian friends, for clothing me. Rags from India. Yeah. Yep. Putting a bunch of rags together to make something whole and new. It really does feel like it's a special thing getting dressed by the world. Hello, Bao. Welcome to you. It's nice to have you here as well. Is it a good decision to come to the US for studies? Sure. If you have the opportunity to. I love America. America has been very good to me. However, America, like all places, are going to be the people that you find here. All right? And not all people are kind. So, as long as you show up with the intention to grow and learn from people, and you put yourself in the spaces of the people that you want to be around, then there's a lot for you to grow in this space as well. It really just depends on the situation. Well, if the American idiot doesn't build another wall, you can study. Yeah. I want to be an American idiot. Build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. Shouldn't make jokes like this. Well, not all people are kind. It depends on where you're at and where you want to be going. Yeah, America has a lot of opportunity, right? That's definitely something that I've noticed on this side. So it depends. Stop. That's a bit early. Sorry, Shantae. Let's try that one more time. You tell me to stop again, okay? And give me another stop. Or whoever sends me a stop. I'll stop when I see another stop in chat. Where are you from? America? No. I am from South Africa. But I moved to America to marry my wife. Shantae has spread the word to the wizard of knowledge to halt. Stop. There you go. Net has told me to stop. There's your card, Net. We'll see if Shantae wants to send another stop to all. Blade has told me to stop. And the deck is done. These cards are using the same colors, which is beautiful to me. I love purple and orange as well. That's two of my favorite colors. Halt your voyage right there, good sir. I've been halted. Fire keepers teaching us the lesson. These are awesome to be pulled together like this. Fire keepers teaching us the lesson. Stop typing stopped. Fire keepers and the lesson. I'll read both of these. And these cards are for you too, Shantae. Just because it wasn't your stop that made me stop, these cards still found us in this space for a reason. I'll read Fire Keepers first, because I feel like this is the thing we're doing here. This is one of my favorite cards. When I think about this card, I think about this community. Those are our hands being warmed by this fire that we show up for. right? Every single day we show up for this space, we remake this little fire, and then we come around and sit around it. Is he really shuffling the cards, or is he tricking us with those with those cards? You're a wizard, Melt. You bet it. You better know, Blade. It's nice having you here, friend. Thank you for your enthusiasm and your excitement. You're the real fire, Melt. I hope you're ready for this reading because you're gonna see that I do consider myself as a kind of fire, right? I call myself MeltMore, after all. Sacred responsibility. And I called myself Meltmore before this deck found me, right? That's the other thing as well. Sacred responsibility and service. Fire is historically the source of protective warmth, light in the darkness, and heat for cooking. It was essential to the survival of the original peoples. Firekeepers hold a sacred responsibility both for the physical survival and the ceremonial spiritual protection of the community. Theirs is an essential and esteemed service. Triangles represent spirit, divinity, life, strength, harmony, and completion. The upward-facing triangle is traditionally associated with the masculine, fire, and action. Triangles represent spirit, divinity, life, strength, harmony, and completion. I read that one twice. Oops. 3 fires, warming many hands invite you to warm to the understanding of these 3 levels of conscious personal mastery. Level 1 is your physical awareness. Level 2 is your mental intentions. And level 3 is your spiritual evolution. You are invited to become more aware of your actions and the effect they have on this physical plane. Are you living your bliss through your chosen vocation? Does your job contribute to the welfare of those around you as well as to your own needs? Engage your mind and reflect on how the responsibilities you have chosen contribute to the whole of humanity. How might you more effectively engage your intentions to set in motion your vision of the future? And finally, explore your connection to spirit and request to be of greater service to divine will and the evolution of consciousness. This is a card of action. Recognition of your sacred responsibility will help bring you into alignment with the purpose of your soul. Damn. And then we're going to read the lesson afterwards because damn, bro. My auntie lives in America. That's cool. Oh, I like this card. Me too. Like both of those are some of my favorite cards in the deck, actually. No wonder he was a model. He lit the runway. Oh my goodness. It's everything about me, right? Clean the corrosive blood running through your veins. Agreed. It's a good call to awareness. You are amazing. I am a reflection to the amazing that you are, dear friend. Do a little dance. There you go, Lone Buffalo. I danced a little bit. Melt more tonight. Black-blooded reptilian, blood stopping your eyes to see, making you blind to the truth, corrosive blood running through your veins, representing relentlessly will clean. Repenting relentlessly will clean the corrosive blood running through your veins. Amphibianism has been consuming your soul. Repent! Repent! Repent relentlessly! I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. No. I have nothing to be sorry for. I have a lot to be grateful for instead. Grateful for another day, grateful for a home that I get to live in, grateful for food to eat, for water to drink, for a loving wife. I have so much to be grateful for. The blood in my veins support my journey to action. Lone irony, he hurt himself doing the safety dance yesterday. Mel, did your birthday already happen? It did, Nancy. It's officially a week past, almost. All right. Last Thursday was my birthday. I told you that dance wasn't as safe as they said it was. The more you know. You weren't dancing today. Yeah, today is not dance day. Wednesdays is the days that I dance. Melt's face is this. I got that giga chatted face. You made my day. Good. I love trans women. Trans women deserve to be loved as well. Jim, go and bless the world of your love, dear friend. Have you ever gone through those cards and just read them? Or is it always you just learn about them when you pull them? I have worked with this deck so much that I know every single one of these cards pretty much by heart. Not the entire reading, but I know the general gist of what they'll say. And I don't think I have actually Combat Journey, just like read them page to page kind of thing. Yeah, hey friend, so much love. Sorry I missed, wishing you the best. Happy birthday and a wonderful year. Thank you. Nancy, the real mogger. Mog mode 5000, bro. Yes. Yes. Super mog. Mog plus. Using this freaking Gen Z terminology, or is it like the newest generation? Not even Gen Z technically. It's still his birthday week, Nancy. We celebrate all week long. We have been. If Melt was a dealer at a casino, he would stop people from gambling because of his words. Be like, hey, bro, I'm gonna take all your money, dude, and then hopefully you stop afterwards. Paul McMichael, hey, friend, thank you for joining us. All right, we talked about being firekeepers, right? And this esteemed service that is keeping this fire alive in our community. And then we'll absorb the lesson. Gets fired from the casino. It's like, you're doing it wrong, Melt. You're supposed to want them to come back to gamble, right? You should be such a nice guy that they're like, yeah, please take my money. And I'll be like, sure, happily. Or sadly, I celebrate my birthday all month long. And then she knows he owns the casino. The lesson. Holographic information. This, I'll show it again while I start reading. This angelic figure is holding up for your exploration the most primary pattern in sacred geometry. It's known as the flower of life. This configuration is made up of 19 interlocking circles or spheres and is an archetype of pure life force. It is the container of our cellular memory and is one vehicle through which information and light are entering consciousness at this time. Each piece of this holographic informational system reflects the greater intelligence of the whole. The flower of life is found in numerous places around the planet, verifying the use of this wisdom system across time and cultures. What lessons are you learning at this moment in your life? What is occurring that may need clarification or a broader perspective? Information is continuously entering consciousness through this holographic divine matrix and is available to anyone who chooses to tune in to its lessons. Allow yourself to enter a state of heightened awareness. View this card as a portal or holographic crystal ball through which you may more clearly see all aspects of your situation. Ask for guidance from your teachers and guides and be willing to look at your inquiry from a fresh perspective. Sit quietly as this information enters your awareness and experience how it feels in your heart and soul. Accept only what feels true to you as a lesson of universal wisdom. That relates to this space as well, dear friends, right? You shouldn't accept a single word that I say unless it feels like a lesson of universal wisdom. Only take into your heart and mind that which is true. With blackjack and poker. Exactly, Sam. The whole business model of a casino is to exploit people and take as much money as you can. That includes from the employees. A graphic designer at a casino? That, yeah, Joe is. Joe is a graphic designer. I'm fucking with. I'm an underpaid graphic designer. I make it though. It would be a cyber room. Oh, that's funny. Yes, it's rich. What do you do? Convinces them to stop buying drinks. Just like, yeah, alcohol is bad for you, and you should stop gambling, please. Give your money to me instead, and then I'll invest it, and then I'll guarantee you a return on your investment, right? You might not triple your money in a moment, but you'll have more money at the end of the year at the very least. Does anyone here work at a casino? Yep, Joe does. I work at a casino. I might end up working at a casino too. I might end up working as a blackjack dealer because the rates that they get paid is really good. Yeah, it would be pretty funny. And I probably would try and convince them to stop gambling. I'll make fun of them. Be like, yeah, loser, you suck. Wish I was rich. One day we'll be more rich than we are today. And even then, we'll still wish we were more richer still. So, sending from my future self to this moment the reminder that I am as rich as I'll ever be. Because I choose to believe that I already am. Sounds like a pretty good spot for graphic design. She graphic designs a lot. Melt is trying to spawn something from all his coffee portal when he went quiet, talking about nice. Infinite coffee. It's a pleasure to hear you. I'm sorry, baby. Baby. Someone's gonna make the advertisements to lure in the checks notes, crackheads and grandmas. I've just seen your parrot. He's super wholesome. Yeah, he's in the other room. He's being good. Joe worked at the casino for years. True, for like 10, almost 10 years right now. Yep, I design all the promotional materials, the restaurant menus, the signage, the digital collateral, the social media stuff. It's actually pretty lame, but our mouths are being fed. Yeah, this home. Like Joe and now we own this home because of the capital that she earned working for a casino. All right, so it's like the cosmic balance is being felt here. Melt I dealt. How about that, Lone Buffalo? You do not convince them to stop gambling because it's literally not your business, but also you can't because they are degenerates. Yeah, it's true what you say. I'm from the former meth capital of the world. Crackheads aren't ambience. They're whole ass subspecies. Guys, goodbye. Everyone should sleep well and wake up really good. So much love to you. Thank you, Shantae, for joining us. My dad deals blackjack. He used to be a gambler, so now he gets his fix and gets paid for it. Yeah, technically, when you're dealing blackjack, you're gambling as well. That pattern is definitely interesting. It's definitely kind of a barrier between art, math, and nature. Exactly, exactly. Combat journey. This pattern is very powerful, dude. That's what you are, right? When you start to form in your mother's womb, that is what you are. You are these circular cells stacking into a flower of life. That's awesome, Joe. Melt, learn how to count the cards in blackjack and then come and teach us. From a gambler to making a gambler suffer. Greatest blow up. Hey, bro. I know Sidhu Moosewala, the singer. Very cool. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure his or their music is beautiful. I got tipped more when I made fun of the people at my table. Dude, your hair is metabolically frizzy. It is. You're right, dude. Like, and this is after I've put mousse in it, even, bro. Like, it is giga frizzy if I don't. Like, it's so frizzy that I literally have to, like, it like goes up to here, up to there. There's the small business owners, US. They're in the artisan tier with carpenters and the people who make silicone molds of people's junk. My dad loves picking on people, and they love it back. Lord knows. Crackheads are serial entrepreneurs. Imagine Melt as a peaceful superhero in The Boys. I probably would be one. Try and be one of the nice guys. Love is true. This was a fun stream. It's almost 12. It's 11:44 right now. How about that? Some synchronicity. I appreciate you, friend, for joining me. Homelander versus Melt. Yeah. I would have to do something, wouldn't I? I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. The season finale was good. I heard that it's over. I don't know if I want to watch The Boys again, but I've like watched I think the first 4 seasons. I can't stop now. Thank you, friends, for joining me today. Such a pleasure getting to share in the space. I hope to see you again real soon. Mel's gonna preach peace and defeat Homelander. Be like, come on, Homelander. Come on, just sit here with me, bro. I know you've been hurt, though. Your childhood was super fucked up. Oh, I can't imagine how hard it must be. But let's stop traumatizing the world, though. Let's come on. I'll sit here. Give him a hug. Be like, you're fine. No, you're fine. Bye bye. Bye, dry historian and friends. Missed you yesterday, Roz. Love is true. Thank you, friends, for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Okay. Hopefully you weren't doing drugs. What? What? Yeah, don't. I was here. I was just occupied with my kid. Love is true. I appreciate you, friends, for joining us. Love to you. We'll do it again tomorrow, okay? Goodbye. Love this chat. We love you too, Blade. Thank you for showing up today with a loving energy in your heart. We look forward to sharing more love with you again soon. Goodbye. Ta-ta. Cheers.